In the last summer of the 20th century, the old Baltic Flour Mill, standing on the banks of the River Tyne and derelict for nearly 2 decades, was brought back to life by artist Anish Kapoor. The first ever artwork at Baltic became the division between past and future, a statement of intent for the new site and a signal of what is to come.
In a sense, the building was barely there. I mean, of course, it didn't have a roof. It had 4 walls. It's as if one was sort of declaring the building to be a shell. It's extraordinary what presence that scale of industrial building has. And that great cavernous space, it's as if one somehow had to do something which would deal with it. I hope we succeeded.
It's Saturday morning and the team make final preparations. At the moment, the weather is quiet, although there is some concern about a possible increase in wind speed later in the day. But for now, the plan is to attach the remaining steel cables and prepare for the lift. The massive weight of the sculpture meant that a great human effort was needed to get it into place. But gradually, step by step, the east end of the building began to fill with the intense red of Taratantara. But as the lift began at the west end, there was increasing concern as the wind became stronger. Like a great sail, the wind moved into the sculpture and brought it to life, but the team was struggling to keep control and continue the lift.
Wait for the wind to drop in.
At the moment, it was just a holding game, trying to contain the movement of the sculpture until the wind subsided.
The car's moving, Dave. Get that surfer on. Get the surfer hooked up. The car's moving. Get out. Get out. Get away.
Sunday morning and a much quieter day, with little wind and a greater sense of optimism amongst the team. After final adjustments and with more steel cables attached, the second attempt on raising the west end began. As the second end gradually crept into place, the final form of the sculpture and its interaction with the building could be seen for the first time. A crucial element of the sculpture and the way it would work was dependent on the amount of tension through the fabric. Getting this right was proving to be difficult, and with such a huge weight, stretching the fabric tight enough wasn't going to be easy.
How are we going to deal with this, what we can do, if there's anything we can do to try and get it tighter? Hi, Adam.
Hi.
How are you?
Like it?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Wonderful.
You will, thank you. Adam, tell me something. What can we do about tensioning it? Can we get it tighter? I want to get all the wrinkles out.
Yeah,
all these wrinkles here. Yeah. What do we do?
It's a balance about the first impression of the artwork should be that you can't really tell what kind of material it is. If it's steel or if it's concrete or if it's whatever it is. It should be so tensed and so solid. And so that's what we're trying to create now, this balance.
More work, more stretching and tightening, but slowly the sculpture transformed into its tense, rigid final form.
this experience in here, in a sense, is rather cathedral-like. It's still, and it's that stillness that I'm interested in. It's very dynamic, but eventually nothing happens. It doesn't animate itself. So I find that very, very important. But what's interesting to me, anyway, is the idea that something which is non-narrative, which is, so to speak, just a form, can come to have all of that narrative baggage, in a way, all on its own.